everyone, thanks for coming back. Sorry, the puppy's trying to get comfy. I just went and looked and I see that I'm quite a bit behind in the process. The last thing we talked about was contracts, so we definitely have some talking to do. So I'm gonna make a couple of videos today just to kind of catch everybody up. And yeah, so we're gonna start with after contracts is, no, just kidding, is transfer. So after the contracts are signed and you have your next period, you're able to get prepared to transfer. So as long as the contracts are signed, you can get ready for a transfer. So my period came. I went in the next day to do a preliminary lining check. She's cute. And that went well. It was, don't worry about whatever it is at that point, because that's just a starting point, and it shouldn't be that thick then because your body is shedding it. So I've learned that internal ultrasounds are absolutely their favorite, which are not mine, but you know, it has to be done. So they do another internal ultrasound and just check the lining and that everything's okay. And I passed that with flying colors. I think I was 6.5. I can't remember, but either way, it doesn't matter what that one is so much, as long as you have, you know, some form of lining, I'm sure. What matters is when you go back a week later, a week to 10 days later. So he'll give you a date, or the clinic will give you a date the next week, sometime about 7 to 10 days later, and you go back and do that all over again. You get your blood work, you do your ultrasound, you talk to the doctor, you talk to the nurse. Seems to be the pattern. So I went in a week later and I did my blood work and I got the ultrasound, and I think I was 7.5. I don't know. I was good enough. I think it had to be between 7 and 11 or something like that. But you had to be at least 7. I don't know if it's centimeters or millimeters. This is really weird for me, but I'm guessing it's millimeters. In order to have a thick enough lining to put the embryo in. So I passed that. Wasn't as thick as I thought it would get with all the medications and everything, but I'm not terribly surprised either because I passed, and that's all that mattered at that time. So then there's a whole bunch of medication you got to start, and this is where things start to get tricky. The medication, the oral medication, is not a big deal. It didn't do anything to me. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to do something to you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not in your body. I don't claim that I know how your body will react. But for me, it didn't faze me at all. So that was great. But then that week, you need to start giving yourself, or luckily me, I have a daughter who's a nurse, so she's been doing my injections, but the progesterone shots, which are an oil. And this is where it starts becoming tricky, because they are the first one is not painful, but because they don't work themselves into the body very well, they hurt a lot. Sometimes I have 2 lumps on both sides of my butt, my upper hip, kind of, but I don't know, kind of, your clinic will tell you where to put the shots. So I have 2 really hard lumps there, which is not very good. I've had incidences where the fluid comes back out because there's just so much in there, and it's not working itself into the body because it's an oil, and it's like trying to mix oil and water. It doesn't work. So I don't know who came up with this idea and why it's so important, but I wouldn't do it again if I had to. Some days it's burned so bad that I can't sleep very well. And it's been hard for me. I don't know if it's partly just my age and where I am in life, that I just don't have patience for this kind of stuff anymore. I don't know, but I'm not liking this part of things. So one of the things that I did to try to help myself is I got a massager, and I try to use that 2, 3, 4 times a day, or the heat. I got a heat pack. I warm that up and sit on it for like half an hour. I know you're only supposed to do 20 minutes, but it hurts so much that I do what I have to do. Sometimes I even fall asleep with it because I'm tired. So you start this medication, and then 1 week after the lining check, you come in for the transfer. I'm going to make a different video for that, but I just wanted to kind of give you the heads up of what all the procedures are that lead up, or that I went through to lead up to the transfer day. So I will see you shortly to let you know how transfer day went. Thank you for watching. For those who are new, welcome. And I hope that you're learning things from my Canadian surrogacy journey. If you like it, hit thumbs up, subscribe, and the bell will let you know when I add new content. Take care. Bye.